You know, earlier this morning, there was another group that will remain nameless. Were in here doing some testing or some other type of something. The first thing they did was admonish me to be quiet when I came in here. Well, I'm not very good at being quiet. And fortunately, they've already left, or we would all do a big Woodward cheer for them at this point. But those folks, I think they may be from Oklahoma City or somewhere, some different type of school or whatever. But anyway, they were in here this morning, but they've since graciously allowed us to get almost 200 people in here for the public schools announcement of the Teacher of the Year. Kelly was our caterer today, so we surprises. Kelly, thank you. Our new hospital administrator is here, Chris Wolfrest. Welcome to Woodward. Glad you're here. Our community, before we get on the Teacher of the Year, Mr. Fanning, our community sponsor is the Midday Ambucks. And I believe Delinda DeVenix here, come tell us about some of the wonderful works that Ambucks does in our community.
This is our 100th anniversary this year of National Ambucks, which was founded in 1922 by William L. White in Birmingham, Alabama. In the 70s, there was a group of men who formed Woodward Ambucks. Yes, there are two groups in Woodward. Woodward Ambucks is a men's group because when Ambucks was founded, it was an all-male organization. In 1988, May of 1988, guess what happened? There was a bunch of Woodward women that came on the scene and said, oh no, we ain't all male now. So that was founded, the Woodward Midday Ambucks, and I am part of that organization. Ambucks, what we do, when people say, well, what do you guys do? I say, in a short version, we raise money and we give it all away. So that's what we do. Amtraks, I'm sure most of you have seen Amtraks. Amtraks go from small children, age 2, all the way up to veterans, older people. If you need an Amtrak and you have a physical therapist, please let us know. Contact us. We also do scholarships. We give away scholarships to the high school students every year in May. So does the men's group. They give scholarships. We also nationally, we give scholarships to therapists, occupational, physical, and speech and hearing therapists. If you know of anyone who is in their graduate work and needs a scholarship, please contact Ambucks nationally, ambucks.org, and let them know because you can get a scholarship. Community service, just what all of us love Woodward about. We all do community service. You may not do it with Ambucks, you may do it with somebody else, but we all serve Woodward the best way we can. Community service. We write checks every month to different organizations. The Woodward Education Foundation happened to be one of our organizations that we wrote checks to this year. We are very lucky to be in this town. I am so thrilled about public school educators, the people who work there that are very special to me, like Miss Graff and Miss Hall, who got me through a very tough year with a 13-year-old daughter. So I appreciate and good luck to all educators.
Well, assisted in our table decorations today. Thank you all very much for helping out. I know why everyone's here. It's not to hear me ramble on and on. So just a few quick thank yous, and we'll get on yet today. A few thank yous. Sheila with the Woodward News. The Chamber gets a lot of credit Woodward News and her staff that gathers the prizes and everything. You and your staff, we stand up. Let's thank you very much. Andy Hopper with Woodward Public Schools, really big, wonderful, stayed 2 or 3 steps ahead of me, so thank you very much. For almost 18 years and counting now, the Tech Center continues to bail me out. All the pictures were done from the Tech Center, Amber specifically, so thank you, Amber, thank her for helping. They've done that for a number of years. The flower pot with the roses that the finalists receive, and so on and so forth. So Dana does a great job down there as well. So as tradition calls for, Bill Fanning has done this for as long as I can remember, and it's been 18 years. So I've been fortunate to be involved with the chamber and do the Teacher of the Year announcement. One of the last 3 or 4 years we've moved to this format, but Bill Fanning will take us through the rest of the program this afternoon. Bill.
In full disclosure, I need to let everyone know I have security placed throughout the room in case Will Smith tries to come out and stop. So don't think about it. We're excited today to celebrate the Teacher of the Year. Education is not just about going to school and getting a degree. It's about widening your knowledge and absorbing the truth about life. All students start their school careers with a sparkling imagination, fertile minds, and a willingness to take tasks with what they think. Today we're celebrating the success of 4 awesome Teacher of the Year candidates who know how to inspire and keep students sparkling. Woodward has celebrated a Teacher of the Year for 51 years. I have not done all of those, CJ. And the very first winner was in 1971 was Mr. Clinton Hyson. So would all of our past Teacher of the Year winners please stand? With us today, I would like Ms. Linda Harrison to stand. She is our Woodward Citizen of the Year. On behalf of the citizens of Woodward, I want to thank all the teachers and administrators for doing a wonderful job and for all their hard work and dedication. I'm married to a teacher, and I know kind of what it takes, the hard hours and the long days and getting home late at night and all the money you have to cough up out of your pocket, so thank you very much. We're proud today to recognize the importance and the contributions of all of our teachers. The fun part today is we're going to have students tell us why their Teacher of the Year favorite should be a winner. So we're going to start today. Ms. Lacey Moore represents the Early Childhood Center. And her student speakers are Ella Andrews, a kindergartner, and Tripp Starbuck, a first grader. So would you guys stand forward?
Why should Mrs. Moore be teacher to you? She makes it fun for all the students. I think she's the best teacher because she's funny and loves us all. She is awesome. She works hard and does awesome projects with us. She did a bunch of crazy California. My favorite was the Spider-Man Christmas Count 200. One of my favorite projects was the basketball window. We would beat a wood, then crumble it up and throw it in the trash. She is caring and I would choose Miss Moore. If I had to choose $100 or Miss Moore, I would choose Miss Moore anytime. She's the best, thank you.
Next candidate is Mrs. Sonia Cobalt, representing Woodward Middle School North and South, and her student speaker is Maddie Graff.
I am honored to stand before you on behalf of Mrs. Cobalt, who has been nominated for the Teacher of the Year Award. I know firsthand how deserving Mrs. Cobalt is of this recognition and nomination. As a teacher, she genuinely cares for each of her students and has touched the lives of over hundreds of students over the years, my life included. I remember being in 6th grade and hearing the stories of this fun, tough, yet amazing teacher all the upperclassmen spoke of. After hearing all those stories, I was excited at the possibility of having Mrs. Cobalt as a teacher. Mrs. Cobalt was my ELA teacher in 8th grade. And let me tell you, those stories about her were definitely true. Mrs. Cobalt is very kind and understanding. She modifies her teaching skills to accommodate all students. Without a doubt, Mrs. Cobalt proved to be an amazing teacher that I am so thankful to have had the opportunity to learn many life lessons from. Mrs. Cobalt's support and encouragement towards us was so strong that it seemed like she saw the potential in each of us that we could not see in ourselves. For instance, even if you have a fear of public speaking, right, Mrs. Cobalt? All jokes aside, Mrs. Cobalt is extremely dedicated, hardworking, and compassionate. She always tries to get her students involved in and out of the classroom, and she goes out of her way to support and attend her students' extracurricular activities. In closing, I would like to thank the middle school for recognizing Mrs. Cobalt's dedication to her students by nominating her for Teacher of the Year. If Mrs. Cobalt is named Woodward's Teacher of the Year, I am certain everyone in this room will proudly stand with me in admiration of all that Mrs. Cobalt has accomplished for her former students, current students, and all that she will continue to do for her future students as well as the city of Woodward. Mrs. Cobalt, thank you for being an amazing teacher, and congratulations.
Next is Mr. David Reisdorf, who's representing Woodward High School, and his student speakers are Barrett Love and Veronica Smith.
Hello everybody, my name is Barrett Love and this is Veronica Smith. We've had the honor this year of being Mr. Rees's second hour AP biology class. Throughout this year, we've not only been able to learn a lot about biology, but we've had a teacher who allows an exploration and expression of creativity in the classroom.
Each semester, we've had a large research project. Last semester, my group studied the effects of AMF fungi on plants. This semester, we're studying the effects of agrivoltaics on the reproductive cycle of worms. Each group designed their own question, hypothesis, and method for their project. This not only educated us on the scientific method and how to conduct research, but was an outlet for our creativity.
For example, my group studied the relationships between plants and fungi and tried to determine if they could be connected with toxic relationships with humans, which I know may sound a little out there at first, but Mr. Reesdorf supported our project the entire way and was always willing to have people guide us if we came across any food we could learn. In addition, Mr. Reesdorf, as he's showing right now, always has a big smile on his face and a friendly, positive attitude in his classroom.
Mr. Reesdorf is always trying to find ways to make the class more engaging in the classroom and in the lab. He makes it clear that he's happy to see us and makes any of the students' days. This year has been a great year with him, and we're excited to have more to come.
To wrap things up, everybody knows high school's hard. Well, I'm assuming all of you guys went to high school. But Mr. Reesdorf, teachers just like Mr. Reesdorf, they make high school just a little bit more bearable by always having a smile on their face and always having a very positive attitude in the classroom. And for that, we thank you, Mr. Reesdorf.
I have two more special people in the crowd with us that I'd like to recognize. Our Student Citizens of the Year with us today. Kyle Martin and Josie Jones. Would you two stand? And have I made you welcome enough? Okay. Now for the presentation of the 2022 Teacher of the Year, I'm going to ask ask Ms. Lauren Stallman to come forward. She's our reigning 2021 Woodward Teacher of the Year.
That's a tough act to follow going after all those students and such wonderful things to say about their teachers. I'd like to thank today the Woodward Chamber of Commerce for hosting the luncheon and ceremony. And also I'd like to thank the Stock Exchange Bank and their midday hamburgers for sponsoring, and Kelly Sweet Surprises for the great lunch. That was delicious, thank you. And congratulations to our Teacher of the Year nominees, Lacey, Sonia, Carrie, and David, for our wonderful representation of Woodward Public Schools. And what an honor just to be nominated by your peers and be here today. When I reflect on my past, this past year, and what being Woodward Teacher of the Year meant to me, I'm still so humbled. I know how many exceptional teachers are employed by our district, and I've worked with so many of them, including Lacey and Carrie. I know that they are working extra evening hours, searching for ways to keep students engaged, and above all, loving and caring for their students. Our students. One of the things that I love most about Woodward is that it truly epitomizes community. Our residents and businesses support education and our teachers year after year, rallying behind our causes and needs. Within our school buildings, teachers collaborate and problem solve, treating students as ours rather than mine. The teaching profession has never been easy, but it seems that it has become significantly more challenging in the last couple of years. Students are coming to school lacking social skills from time at home during the pandemic. We are feeling the effects of lost learning, as this was the first really normal school year for students in 2 years. Teachers are stretching themselves thin trying to reach students who are functioning on more differentiated academic levels than ever before. On top of this, educators are doing everything they can to support students with trauma. Sometimes it all seems like too much. But then you have your students who come and speak and say these nice and wonderful things about you and know that you're making a difference. The student who is withdrawn and quiet suddenly becomes more active in participating in class discussion, or the student who is struggling to grasp the concept suddenly has that light bulb moment. Our students, they are the reason. They're worth every ounce of effort that we put in and every minute that we work. I know how hard our educators are working, and because of that, I wish that I could share my crown. Like Cat and Mean Girls, I'd like to break off a piece and give it to each one of my colleagues. Without them, our school district would not be the exceptional district that it is. I'm extremely grateful to have had the opportunity to represent our district as Teacher of the Year. Lacey, Sonia, Carrie, and David, thank you for representing our district today and for your dedication to excellence in education. Our students are lucky to have you. Your 2022-2023 Teacher of the Year is Sonia Cobalt.
If you know me at all, you know 2 things about me. One, I'm a crier. It's what I do. And 2, I talk a lot. But I really was not going to prepare a speech for today because I didn't think I was going to win because, I mean, my goodness, the competition, I with messages that have been sent to me just on this behalf of this, just being nominated. It's been overwhelming. It's a blessing to be a finalist with you, Carrie. I know you do amazing things in your classroom and you teach the littles, and God bless you for that. Lacey, oh my word, you have so much energy and so much passion that you make me want to lie down and have a snack and take a nap. You just amaze me with the things that you do with your kids, and I'm thankful to be nominated with you. David, where'd you go? You are probably one of the smartest, if not the smartest man I know on the planet. I can't even spell half the words that Barry and Veronica were saying, and so I am so honored to be nominated with you as well. So I'm just blessed. When I was younger, I would often practice my acceptance speech for my Oscar or my Tony. I would hold my baton or my curling iron and have 8-track playing in the background with dramatic music, and I would thank God and my parents and my high school English teacher and all the little people that made it possible. You know how they do. I even practice my best Sally Fields, but I honestly, most of y'all are probably too young to even remember that. I honestly did not expect to win this award today, so I wasn't even going to prepare a speech, but I'm glad that I have friends that shamed me into writing something down, risk embarrassing myself. Thank you, Chamber, PJ, thank you, Chamber, thank you, community of Woodward, for hosting such a lovely event for teachers. I know this takes a lot of time and energy and planning. I know what goes into organizing things like this, and I'm so grateful, and I can speak on behalf of the other finalists. We feel honored just to be here today. We are grateful. Thank you so much.
over bosses. And you supported me when I spent time and money trying to help students in unfortunate circumstances. Thank you for never questioning and for knowing how much I love my students and being a teacher. Woodward Church of Christ, my church family, you're always so good to contribute in various ways to school-related requests, drives, fundraiser, etc. that I bring to my church family. Thank you. And I can say that for almost every church in this community. Thank you so much for what you do for our schools, for our teachers, for our students. We cannot thank you enough. My WNS family, thank you for your support. That is one of our keys as a faculty, I think. We support each other in the good times and the bad, whether we agree with each other or not. We've experienced loss together, loss of students, loss of colleagues, and we have grieved together. The pain was excruciating, but the bonds formed during those times are strong, and for me at least, they are unbreakable, and I treasure each of you. Thank you to my upstairs hall peeps. You keep me sane, sort of. Maddie, sweet girl, thank you for your kind words. I know speaking in front of others is way outside your comfort zone, and I'm so grateful you were willing to do that for me. Thank you, and I love you. To my students, past and present, you are what drives me. You drive me to get up, show up, and step up. I love each of you. You are important, you matter, and God has a plan for your life. Don't ever doubt it. No matter where I go or what I do in this life, you will always be my students. There's a leader inside each of you. Don't give anyone the power to squash that within you. Being a teacher is my passion, it's my calling. Being a teacher is not what it used to be, as Lauren said. Public education is under attack from all fronts. We're losing teachers in droves, and few high school graduates are entering the education field. Until we collectively support public schools, until we fund them, until we make our teachers feel valued, like today, thank you so much again, and until we truly what is best for our kids first, there will be no end to this trend, and the state of Oklahoma and our nation will suffer. I encourage everyone to follow educational matters in our state. If you don't know how to do that, I will be glad to help you. Use your voices to contact your legislators when you feel strongly about a bill or an issue, good or bad. Whether you are a parent of a school-age child or not, what happens with public education affects everyone, all of us. By supporting our schools, our teachers, and our students, you in turn support our community. Attend school board meetings, PTO meetings, check with the teacher to see how you can contribute to a classroom, no matter how big or how small, even just an encouraging note. If you have questions regarding curriculum or anything going on in our classroom, ask us. We're on the front lines every day, and we would love to talk school with you. Thank you to this community, to our businesses, to our churches, to our individuals who reach out to our school faculties and support them in ways big and small. Those may be little acts of kindness to you, but to us, they are enormous. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of this community for how they help us. Let's all work together as students, parents, and citizens of Woodward to build stronger schools and a stronger community. We have the power in our voices to stand up for our kids. I'm grateful for this honor. If I'm deserving of this award in any way, it's only because of my students, my colleagues, and all those experienced professionals who went before me, or others who walked beside me, inspiring me, motivating me, teaching me, advising me, and sometimes holding me up. If I have earned this award in any way, it is truly, in the words of Isaac Newton, by standing on the shoulders of giants. Thank you all for coming here today. Thank you for celebrating teachers. Thank you for this honor. Thank you for your commitment to this community and to our schools. Thank you so much. Go Cougars.
One more special gift from the Woodward next. takeaways I thought for the day, and I've got one for you guys today. According to Oscar Wilde, you can never be overdressed or overeducated. Thank you everyone for coming. We'll see you next week.